The buckram reeled as rumour after rumour flooded in, following the fall of Fidok Castle. The leader of their enemy, a youth scarce old enough to shave, their owner Buna Branton, a man unworthy of their trust. The Dark Knights routed. But above all else, the news that King Dorgalawa's daughter still lived. In their desperation, the people wept. They yearned for a righteous leader, a saviour to bring them prosperity. The Lady Kashua was the answer to their prayers. Lancelot Tartaros, mouthpiece of the Holy Lodician Empire, recognized Kashua as the rightful heir to the Valerian throne. The quarrel over succession was officially laid to rest. By Lancelot's accounting, this prior unrest, as he named it, stemmed not from a deep-rooted divide between clans, but instead from the misdeeds of a handful of power-hungry men. The history books would speak of no great Valerian war. Yet only the landed and the nobility paid any service to Lancelot's tale. For those who resented the ascendancy of the buckram, words made a poor sound. While the lie of the battlefield had changed, the war raged on. What had once been seen as a clash of clans became a rift between rulers and the ruled, a struggle to break free from the yoke of oppression.
You still live. Leave us.
Can you hear that, Knight of Zenobia?
It is only a matter of time before you fall.
Who rules in Valeria is a trifling matter. You of all people must understand this.
Let me guess. Unable to stem the tide that rises from the hamlets and villages?
Perhaps we ask too much of the buckram soldiers. They're not the soldiers we are, you know. Or the men.
Always binding people to your will, fettering them lest they show signs of free thought. Perhaps therein lies your problem.
They ask for a stern hand to rule them.
They ask? You're mad.
You have it wrong. It is the world that is mad. Tell me, how many of these peasants would even lift a hand to better their lot were they given a chance? How many would bloody their hands, risk their necks, walk without leaning upon another? How many would dare to fight? Think back to your own uprising. Where were the people for whom you shed blood? Safe at their hearths, grousing that more was not done for them.
Times were hard. It was all they could do to keep themselves fed.
Nonsense! They chose to be victims. They think that only from without the castle walls may one voice discontent, not realizing that the quickest way to the throne is a knife to the king's ribs.
These people have the right to live out their own lives, not fill some part in a play of your design.
You have both your eyes, and yet you see less clearly than I do. True freedom is not granted from above, it is won from below. And yet the commons look without for a savior, even as they claim sovereignty over their own fate. They wait and they wait for their savior, never taking that first step towards saving themselves.
Man is not so slothful a creature as that. They merely lack our strength.
You are much too pure of heart, Holy Knight. The people have no need of dreams. We give them all they need.
And what is that, pray tell?
A strong, unwavering ruler.
You are mad.
All men are born with a terrible burden upon their hearts. This insatiable yearning for pleasure. They do not hesitate to take the lives of others if it will better their own. And yet, even these base creatures can know guilt. So, what do? They turn it around. This is not my fault, man says. The world has failed me. Someone must bring order to this chaos. If the commons want to pursue their pleasure, let them do it in our service, under our rule.
You call this rule? This trampling underfoot of all who disagree with you?
We trample no one. All we do is reach beneath the suppurating flesh of this world and wrench out the source of its ailment.
No. As the body strives to mend itself, so does the heart. These people you so despise may one day astonish you with their valor.
You have far too much faith in the creature called man, Knight. People are drawn to power, drawn towards safety. They will betray even their most beloved to obtain it. Kashua, come.
Kashua, what are you doing here?
Allow me to introduce to you your liege, Knight. For this girl is none other than a gift left us by Dana's king, Dogalua, the Princess Versalia, rightful ruler of Valeria.
What?
Well, as you say, the Bakram are not long for this world. But, with the princess in our hands, Valeria will beg to serve under Lodis.
Kashua, how? Is this true?
I loved Denon. As my brother, I loved him. But he was no brother to me. He abandoned me. And now, I him.
Kashua!
Though it pains me to part with the man who took my eye, I see no need to further torment the vanquished. Farewell.
Wait!
Farewell, Knight of Zenobia.
The princess has not been seen since the ceremony. Not even the officers among the Bakram know her whereabouts, and the regent has lent his spies to the search. I see no other explanation but that the princess has sided with the Dark Knights.
Then the rift between Branton and Tartaros widens. What word of the Dark Knights?
Most remain garrisoned in Haim, but many of their commanders, including Tartaros, are conspicuously absent.
Perhaps this is why the Bakram do not move against us. What could they be scheming?
You asked me to search for the Holy Knight of Zenobia.
Yes. Have you heard something?
A confession wrung from a scullery maid. It seems that the Holy Knight languishes in the dungeon below Haim Castle.
So he lives?
Yes, but under such a guard that not even the Bakram are allowed near. I was unable to mark him with my own eyes.
Still, you have done much. Go, rest.
By your leave, Commander.
Kashua.
Commander, should we not move our forces on Heim?
Not as yet. It would be rash indeed to strike without first knowing the Dark Knight's purpose.
Yes, but the more time that passes before we strike, the weaker we become. Have you forgotten the way the men speak of the princess? Soldiers in your own ranks weep aloud at the thought of lifting a sword against Orgalawa's blood.
I know. All the more reason to not act in haste.
A report, sir.
What is it?
The soldiers at Brigantis have taken hostages and holed up inside the castle.
What's this?
What are their demands?
Our surrender to the Bakram, sir.
After all the fighting we've been through? Not bloody likely.
So the Order of Falaha joins the fray. Their followers among the soldiers were many, were they not?
Aye, and their influence has only grown since the princess's appearance.
Not a situation we are like to change. The princess's arrival was, for many, the advent of a savior. Add to this the fact that the late Dynast King was a fervent follower of Falaha. How natural for these new converts to rekindle his cry for accord and seek to abandon the fight.
What will you do?
I see no other choice but to meet with these followers of Falaha and speak with them.
Out of the question! It's too dangerous, Commander!
Not if I go alone and unarmed. They will hear me out.
I've looked forward to our meeting, Denim of Goliath. You will pay for your crimes against Galgastan with your life! bastards killed me.
Not a step farther. State your business. Only the faithful are permitted within.
Don't you recognize me? I've come for an audience with your High Priest.
I don't much care for your tone.
Steady there. That's Denham of Goliath you're talking to.
What?
I am unarmed. I mean no ill will.
I'll be the judge of that. How do I know you don't have a half-dozen soldiers with you?
Leave off. Sir Denham isn't the sort to lie to us.
I knew you were always their man.
A grave insult.
Enough! Sheath your swords! You two! I am Olivia, a Sibyl of the Order here. You wish to meet with our leader, Abuna Pranset? Come this way.
What did you say? Abuna Pranset?
Yes. Your father is here.
I don't understand.
Please, we must hurry. There isn't much time.
What do you mean?
The great Father Falaha calls him to his side. I'm sorry, Denham.
What?
When we discovered him in the Corpse Vale near Heim, he lacked even the strength to stand.
What place is this Vale?
It is a small cavern where those afflicted with incurable disease or plague are kept.
Plague?
We did all that we could to save him, but his condition only worsens.
The Dark Knights had a hand in this, didn't they?
He was tortured, yes, and made to quaff a vile draught meant to loosen the lips and the mind.
Father.
Let us go.
Father, it is I, Denham.
Ah, Denham. You've come at last. There is something I must tell you.
It's about my sister, isn't it?
Kashua is not your sister, as you know. She is the last remnant of Dorgalua's line, the Princess Versalia Oberith. Kashua's mother was one of the Queen's handmaidens, a girl named Mana Flora.
You want to speak with me? What of?
I was hoping, Your Highness, that I might be granted a short leave.
I am dismayed. Do you not know you're the only one in this castle to whom I can confide my heart, Manaflora? The more your betrayal cuts to the quick. Did you think me blind?
Forgive me.
I should have known that a king risen from the peasantry would prefer a simple country girl. Your forgiveness, I beg you. Forgive you? I might as soon strangle you. You will serve me for the rest of your days, Malaflora. Do you understand? My slave till you die. Wait. Surely you are not with child.
She gave birth to Kashua, not long after departing the castle.
How is Manaflora? I feared as much. The strain was too much for her delicate heart to bear. So, that is Versalia.
Is that to be her name? Versalia?
It was His Highness's wish to have his daughter named so. I heard it from his very lips.
We should tell him. He will want to know.
Have you not heard? Queen Vernata will bear her own child a month hence. No, it is best that only you and I know of this.
Then, what should I do with the child?
Keep her. You lost a child recently. Kashua, was it? Raise this one in her stead.
As my own flesh and blood?
Yes, for her sake, and the good of Valeria.
But how?
I am sure you will find a way. I have something for you. Take these necklaces. They should fetch a good price.
What? Where are these from?
They were a gift from His Highness to celebrate the birth of his child. He intended that the blue be given to a prince, the red to a princess.
But I could not sell these.
You will need money if you're to raise a child, and a princess besides. You and I both grew up commons. You know what it is to need. What we must do. Give it no more thought, Prancet. This is the only way.
But Branton deceived me. He used his knowledge of Manaflora and the girl to advance his position within the church. I erred, Denham. When the king passed away, had I only offered up Kashua then, this war might never have come to pass. But I couldn't let her go. When I heard her call me father, I could not take that away from her, or her from me.
I had no idea.
The Dark Knights have searched long and hard for Kashua, but not to make her sovereign of Valeria. They pursue another purpose.
You know this purpose?
Yes. Her crowning ceremony was for show. They don't want her upon a throne. They want King Dorgalawa's legacy.
What legacy? Some sort of artifact?
I do not know what it is. Only that it rests with the king. Now that they have Kashua, they seek the tomb.
And my sister knows where it is?
No. She knows nothing. Yet her role is vital. Only one who shares the Dynast King's blood can undo the seal upon the tomb.
They're using her.
Yes. And when she has fulfilled her purpose, they'll...
Father, you must rest.
Listen to me, Denham. You must save Kashua. You are the only one who can. You can lead her to her rightful destiny. Do this for us. For
Father!
Find Maruva. He was once Archieres in our order. He can help you.
Say no more, Father. You must conserve your strength.
No, it is not about you. Become a stone along the path to our salvation. You must look with clear eyes, Denham. Make the right choice. Lead us along the true path. Make our way. Do this. Only this.
You mustn't talk. You must rest.
Denham. Forgive.
Father! Father.
There is something else you must know.
Can it not wait?
No. It concerns you and the Regent Branton.
What?
He and your father were siblings, true brothers by blood.
Branton's my uncle. Then who am I?
Your true name is Denham Morn. You are Bakram.
That's madness. I won't believe it. Me? Bakram?
Please, good sir, calm. Think back. When you were quite young, you resided with Abuna Pranset in the royal city of Haim.
Sybil! You lie!
I wish it was so, but I speak true. As a child, you oft played on the grounds of Archieres Maruva's villa.
Stop this! Please!
You spent your days in play with Maruva's 4 daughters there.
Go on.
You were closest to the girl who shared your birth year. One day, as you played by the water, this girl wandered too deep and began to drown.
How do you know that? But that was my sister who was drowning. No, she saved me. I remember.
In her struggling, the girl struck her head, leaving a small scar.
It was you.
It was my eldest sister, Saria, who fished us out.
How is this possible?
I am the daughter of Maruva, who was once Archieres of Falaha.
I cannot.
You can. You must, Denham. You are who you were born to be.
What?
Now stand, Denham. What you are, who you are, has no bearing on who you will become. Even were you born Bakram, the ideals for which you strove would be no different. Surely you did not dream of a kingdom for one people only. Remember your father's words.
Yes. It's as you say. It does not matter who I am. It matters only how I live, what I achieve. Thank you, Sybil Olivia.
I am pleased. You are the Denim I remember.
Let us find your father, Olivia. Have you any idea where he might be?
Perhaps he lost his faith.
What's that?
It may seem odd, but as you rise in the ranks of the church, your duties become less of faith and more of politics. Men like Balbatos and Branton are such. Their power as regent or steward becomes more important than their devotion. I watched as my father dirtied his own hands, full aware of what he did. After Dorgaloa passed away, my father lost in a struggle for power with Branton, and so lost his rank as Archaearis. But though he could now return to his faith, free from political machinations, he was not pleased. That is when my sisters left. They could not accept that he had changed, that faith and politics are links of a single chain. The teachings of God are a compass needle for the righteous man, a way for all to live in peace and happiness. Throw yourself into the maelstrom that is governance. As long as you follow the teachings, your course will be true. But my father lost his faith. He set out upon the same path as Branton before him.
So, perhaps he has left to find his faith once more?
It is possible.
The temple to Falaha is in Heim, but he could not have returned there.
Then where could he have gone? I've not heard of any of the temple to Falaha in these isles.
My father once spoke to me of an ancient shrine, a Hagia on Bonamuba. We might start there.
I can think of no other course of action. To Bonamuba then, Denim.
Wait. You're Denim! What are you doing here?
I might ask the same of you. What are the Bakram about?
If you want to know, you'll have to beat it from me. to maneuver too, aren't you? But too late.
You abandon your post and go over to the enemy. Do you know what this means?
Balsaphon admitted to the lie. You heard him, Volok.
It's his brother, after all. Balsaphon has shown poor judgment, but who are we to find fault? Men are governed by passion. Rules and reason are not enough to bind them.
He played me for a fool. To say nothing of my parents, House Glacius, even Lodis.
I know, but the High Champion's orders are quite clear. He's to be charged for his crimes after his return to Lodis.
Do you not think the High Champion knew of all this? He and Balsaphon keep close counsel. I cannot believe he knew nothing of Hobrim.
Speak no more, Ozma. Return with me to the High Champion, for my sake, if not your own.
I can't go back. Not like this.
Ozma! Leave Ozma to me. You're to return to High...
Sir!
So, Sir Lancelot has not yet... Let us hope he is all right.
You should get some rest. Your wounds have...
I'm fine. I think I've staved off death another day.
So, Warren, there was...
This has the sound...
Why did you come to our isles?
Why do you want to...
If your ends are the same as Lodis, I would ask you to return to Zenobia.
Oh.
I have no wish to fight you. If you've another purpose here, perhaps...
I already told...
The truth.
Very well. We are here on an errand for us, but I assure you, our true purpose...
We will return as swift as possible, Majesty.
This banishment was a necessary evil.
Fool a friend to fool a foe, or so they say. We deserve no less. The safekeeping of the blade was our sworn duty. On the honor of the Holy Knights, we will return Brynhilda to its rightful place.
Whatever Lodis's reason for taking the blade, it belongs here. See it done, Lancelot.
Your Majesty.
Brynhilda? All this intrigue over a sword?
No ordinary sword. It is said that he who wields Brynhilda wields a conduit to the wisdom of the gods and to their wrath. I cannot vouch for the legend, but regardless, the sword is an ancient Zenobian heirloom. We must retrieve it at any cost.
And it was the Dark Knights who stole it.
Quite right. We were convinced they had taken the sword to Lodis, yet all the while it was in Valeria. Did they bring it here as mere subterfuge, or for some deeper purpose? We must... must find out.
I mislike the sound of that cough. You had better rest now. Think no more on the sword.
I've no doubt of that, Denham. Thank you.
No use to feign ignorance, Father. I know you know.
I do not, and I wouldn't tell you if I did.
Is that any way to speak to your own daughter? Or have you abandoned me, as you did Mother?
I've abandoned no one.
Then you'll tell me where to find the Apocrypha.
You will have no aid from me in that foolishness, Sherry. None.
You leave me no choice but to bring you with me.
What? Unhand me!
I'm sure you'll change your mind once we've reached time.
Do not do this, Sherry.
Prepare him for the journey. Time to leave.
Abuna Maruva, are you alright?
Who are you?
Would you know me if I said I was Denim of Goliath?
Transit, son.
There will be time for talk later. Let me handle this.
Yes, but please, spare the woman.
What?
She is my daughter, Sherry.
Very well.
The Father watch over you.
I always knew La Rosa was useless. All breeding and no substance, that one. What about... but no...
Hurry, stop this at once! We mustn't fight one another!
Then surrender to the Bakram and it will end. You prolong this by clinging to father, a man who couldn't even...
Surely the Bak...
You are wrong, Aloof. When a mother...
How can you...
You've made a dire enemy this day.
So Prancet has rejoined the Great Father. I grieve with you.
Then help me.
What good will come? I know you are no tyrant, no Balb, but it is the people who suffer in any You know this as well as any.
The more reason to quench the flames of war for good and all. We must forever rid the Isles of the vile instruments, the Hierophant and the Duke, as Dorgalua once united us, Valeria.
Dorgalua's time. What vestiges of that era?
Kashua.
Have you the will to wage?
I will become like the ogre if I must. I see no way around it.
You would choose the path of...
But I cling to my hope, and will do so as long as I can. If anyone can save my sister.
If I had had your courage, perhaps I too... I will accompany you, Denham. If you will have me.
You honor me.
Where is this place? And why am I here? Huh? Who's there? Make haste? Make haste with what? Who are you? What? A foul dream.
A report, Lord.
The
What is...
Lady Ferena's expedition for the Apocrypha has not reported...
Sherry?
I cannot say, though given the circumstances...
Poor Sherry. All breeding and no substance.
Perhaps they've taken hostages. Shall I send a party to...
No. I said leave them. She was given a simple task and she failed. The Buckram...
As you say.
Must I be surrounded by such fools?
Be calm yourself, Ozma. I know you're upset, but you cannot allow your feelings to rule you.
I hunt a traitor who has committed unconscionable crimes against his country.
You do not do this with the situation. Balsiphon.
You would have us follow our orders without question?
It is our duty. There cannot...
Balsiphon lost my trust.
What he did for your sake. It was not...
And I'm to
Listen to reason, Ozma. I have no wish to lead you back. Sir Volok! Here? Ozma, what...
What I must. I am Ozma. I know you can hear. Are you Hobram von Ra?
Yes,
You're alive. Balsiphon. What?
they sought to make
Ozma, listen to... We have our orders. What this... Be calm yourself, Ozma. I know you're upset, but you cannot allow your feelings to rule you.
I hunt a traitor who has committed unconscionable crimes against his country. What could be more rational?
You do not do this for your country. This is for you and you alone. With the war faltering, we cannot permit you to wreak havoc as you please. The situation demands unity. Now, more than ever, we must stand as one. Balsiphon realized this, else why admit to his mistake?
You would have us follow our orders without question? In the name of unity?
It is our duty. There cannot be order without trust.
Balsiphon lost my trust when he deceived me.
What he did for your sake. It was not easy for him.
And I'm to accept this. I'm to trust him.
Listen to reason, Ozma. I have no wish to lead you back in chains. Sir Volok! The resistance! Here? Ozma, what are you doing?
What I must. I will see whether Hobram lives For myself!
There are too many wounds, Ozma. Keep a steady eye on your foe. This battle is unworthy of your...
Save your worry, Volok.
Do not let vengeance overcome you.
I am a Lothlorien Knight Commander.
So, this is home.
And that doesn't. Strike me if you can.
This is no place to die.
I will not leave
The truth.
yield. I will fight! Hobram.
Very well.
Helberum, what past do you share with the Dark Knights?
I was in the Order of the Dark Knights Lothlorien.
I hope you have an explanation for this.
My full name is Hoberim von Rams.
Von Rams? Sir Balzaphon
is my brother, and Ozma was to be my bride.
How could you keep this from me?
Hear me out. I have long since turned my back on Lothlorien. I ventured to these islands with but one purpose: to kill my brother.
What?
Balzaphon murdered our parents.
What do those withered fools in the Senate know? Traitors, every one of them! They make no obeisance to High Priest Sardian, yet they fawn over every merchant and upstart house with 2 coins to rub together. Decay eats Lodis from within. Only Lothlorien can cut away the rotten flesh. And Lord Father, when the Senate convenes tomorrow, we must have your support.
You are obstinate to a fault, Balzaphon. What you ask is impossible. I will speak for the Senate's proposal. We cannot allow Lothlorien to grow any more powerful. Ask anything else of me, my son, and it shall be yours. But never this.
When did you become a tool of the aristocracy? Ours is an old and noble house. You tarnish our name with this needless groveling.
I placed you in Lothlorien to be my eyes. Now you are become Sardian's pet. You are unfit to lead this family. Be gone from my sight. Come, Hobram.
Lord Father!
Fool.
What have you done, brother?
Open your eyes. The Senate is a suppurating wound in the body of Lodis. Our father was a species of disease.
Have you gone mad? The people will never abide such treachery.
The people are already ours. You know that. There's nothing you can do to stop us now. The wheels are already set in motion. You will follow me.
You mean to incite a war? I may not be able to stop you, but I will never join you. You must kill me as you killed our father.
I thought you more reasonable than this, my brother.
Much of the aristocracy was culled in Sardian's rebellion. The High Priest's men purged the Senate and filled its ranks with bootlicks and scullions. The blame for my father's murder fell on me. As punishment, they plucked out my eyes and banished me from Lodis.
How horrible.
I did not learn of my mother's death until a month after the rebellion. The official account declared her the victim of some mischance or another. In truth, she was poisoned, because she would not lend her voice to their cause.
And it was Balzaphon who made word of this mischance known.
I know how this must sound, but I swear in Felaha's name that every word is true.
So, you've come here seeking vengeance?
And I will have it. I came to Valeria seeking vengeance, but that is not the only reason I remain. Yours is a worthy cause, Denham. I would join you. Ozma, I have always loved Lodis, but the country I knew is gone. High Priest Sardian has twisted it beyond recognition. I could not save Lodis, but it's not too late for Valeria. If I can aid them in their revolution, I will do it gladly.
I see.
You are a man of honor, Hobram. I should be glad to have you at my side.
Thank you, Denham. What now, Ozma? Knowing the truth, will you return to Lothlorien?
Nothing would please me more than to join you, Hobram. But the Resistance killed my brother. A debt I have yet to repay.
My father would still be alive if not for you. But he told me to be a stone along the path to our salvation. Begrudging you his death serves nothing. If it will move Valeria toward peace, then you are welcome among us. What's done is done.
You would forgive me. It would be easier to cut you down were you not so obliging. Let me be your eyes, Hobram. Though it may be you who shows me the way.
Thank you, Ozma. It cheers me to hear you say so.
I hear you've learned the whereabouts of the princess?
She was spotted with a party of Dark Knights training at Barnisha Castle.
Abuna Maruva, is the king's tomb located at Barnisha?
I do not know. I had already left the city when the king passed. Yet I find their actions baffling.
How so?
I heard no claims that the king had been buried anywhere but the royal mausoleum. I am sure that the queen and prince rest there, in the city.
So they search for a different tomb?
When we reach Barnisha, we'll know.
True enough. I doubt Branton expects us to move on them there. And we should have the support of the people if we're seen as wresting the princess from the hands of the Dark Knights.
I am inclined to agree.
We prepare for war then. Send one legion to Urumza Canyon to draw the Bakram forces' attention. While they are so occupied, I will lead a detachment directly on Barnisha.
As you command, sir.
Much hangs in the balance. Let us pray the chariot rides with us.
They're on Bakram's soil, but they won't get far. This is our land. If I fall this day defending it, I leave no regrets.
can't let them.
The way to your rooms at Canyon is clear. Ready a detachment.
So, the Armoricans think to deny reinforcement to your rooms at Canyon. A fine stratagem on the page, but how long can this lesser force endure? We will crush them and harry the Armorica flank ourselves. There's no detachment. The armies... Ugh.
Denim of Golia. So it is true! Ah, I had forgotten how invigorating the battlefield could be. I'm too long slinking about in the shadows. Come to storm Bonisha Castle and rescue the Princess Fair. You may find her a somewhat unwilling companion. I confess, I am surprised to see you fighting on the front line.
This is no errand to leave to another. I mean to persuade my sister to leave.
And if I told you the princess was not?
A lie. Our men risked their lives. Yet even if their reports were false, it is you and the rest of the darkness.
You still have such trust in you. Your reckless... Enough of this. I've done...
I hope you're not thinking of leaving.
I admire your spirit. Can't wait to see what happens.
What? You think this is a game?